My favorite season of the year is the summer, especially for someone who lives in the Midwest. We only get a few months of nice weather. Summertime means spending time outside, going to the beach, celebrating the 4th of July, going to barbecues, and all that fun stuff. But I also love summertime because it's always interesting to see how ridiculous Call of Duty gets once the current game hits the midway point of its lifespan. Extra content has always been a thing in Call of Duty. It's evolved like crazy now that we live in the Battle Pass and online store era in gaming. Back in my day, when I played Call of Duty on the regular, we got a couple of multiplayer maps, a zombies map, and maybe a new gun or two in each DLC map pack. Today, in the year 2023, you could be Mr. Hops. It's funny, Call of Duty still considers itself a military simulator game, but lately it feels like Star Wars with the multicolor tracer packs that makes everyone look like they're shooting blasters at each other. And it's been a while since I did some commentary on Call of Duty, and the most recent mid-season update has given me something to talk about. So the question I have for today is this: what does Call of Duty want to be? A military simulation shooter, a tactical shooter, or a hero shooter? I think I'm going to go with answer number 3. In real life, I'm in my mid-20s, so I'm considered young. In Call of Duty terms, I'm considered an old man, a boomer, an old fart, or whatever old person terminology you want to use to call me. Because back in my primetime days of playing Call of Duty, that took place during 2007 and 2014, and in that range I played every game, and I was invested heavily playing with friends during our middle school and high school years. I started back when the very first Modern Warfare game came out, Call of Duty 4. I also fell in love the following year with World at War and got to experience the creation of zombies. I'm a veteran of the Black Ops and Modern Warfare games. And then in 2014, I began to lose my taste for Call of Duty after Advanced Warfare came out. I think a lot of it had to do with just hitting burnout from playing a new COD every single year for over half a decade, but I also did not like the direction the franchise was going in with the games that followed after 2014. I wasn't feeling the loot boxes and the futuristic mechanics like exosuits and other futuristic stuff. And look, I get it. In order for any franchise to continue to exist and be successful for 15 plus years, then you have to find a way to keep players interested. You have to add new things. You have to spice things up a bit. So I don't blame COD for changing genres and trying different things over time from game to game, but I think some of this cosmetic stuff is getting out of hand today. And I can already picture the comment section. Modern day COD fans are gonna call me a crybaby, an old head, a boomer, or just say I'm an old man yelling at clouds in this video. You'd be surprised how many times I've been called that in other videos before. And that's fine. If you like having all this stuff in COD today, then cool, enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think the vibe in Call of Duty is changing into something that's kind of annoying. These skins, tracers, and everything else coming in packs and bundles and battle passes is just way too over the top. There seems to be more effort given to what's being sold in the store rather than improving the gameplay and the overall experience of the game. Modern Warfare 2 finally peaked in terms of over-the-top content with its most recent mid-season update. The theme of this update comes from the hit show The Boys. Now, I haven't watched the show, but I know about it thanks to a bunch of friends who are big fans of the show always telling me stuff, so I kind of have a general idea of what's going on here. There's a few new operator packs coming for Starlight, Homelander, and Black Noir. Then the update also comes with new camo challenges, a new field upgrade, and perhaps the biggest thing is superpower upgrades. Now, I should point out that the superpowers are used in game modes like Warzone and DMZ, so it's not affecting if you're a big search and destroy or domination or kill confirmed or whatever player in regular multiplayer. And also, we got the final raid mission out now finally as well. Here's my problem with all of this stuff. When I look at Modern Warfare 2, I consider a lot of its features and content like Gunsmith and the creation of Warzone and DMZ, and to me, when I consider and think over these things, to me the theme for this entire game would be a mix between a tactical shooter and a regular milsim shooter. Call of Duty has never been like Hell Let Loose or Arma, but the developers seem to be more concerned with adding Little Bunny Fufu skins and superpowers in game modes where surviving and coming up with strategies to survive with your friends makes the most sense. There's no way you can conceal yourself in multiplayer, DMZ, or Warzone when you have a skin on that literally glows and shines different colors. My favorite part of DMZ personally is how intense it can get sometimes when you're trying to extract with a ton of great loot. And it's scary when you're fighting for your life waiting for that helicopter to come. And it's also fun to sit and wait for people who are trying to extract, and then you can ambush them and hop in the helicopter after you take their loot and get the heck out of there. Kinda tough to ambush people though and be sneaky when my teammates have guns that shoot red, blue, and green tracer rounds. I look back at Call of Duty Vanguard, which, I love World War II games, but unfortunately Vanguard was a joke of a game for many reasons, and I'll just simply say it's a slap in the face to World War II. The campaign is a joke, and it was wild to literally put 10 attachments on an MP40. And it's kind of a shame because personally, in my opinion, the gameplay was good. It felt smooth and the gunplay was very satisfying. But I quickly lost interest once I was getting killed by Snoop Dogg and that one character from Attack on Titan. And look, I'd be a hypocrite if I said that fun skins don't belong in any game and I don't use them or anything like that because, as I always point out in other videos, when I use examples and stuff, I talk, quite a bit about Rocket League and Fortnite. And I absolutely love using the Darth Vader skin or Geralt of Rivia in Fortnite. But here's the thing, it makes sense for a game like that. Fortnite is not a tactical shooter or a milsim. It's got the vibe of a hero shooter, and no, it's not directly related to that category of games, but I at least kind of compare it to, the cosmetics and everything to a game like that. And it's not just, the skins and the cosmetics, but sometimes in Fortnite during their seasons, they have, mid-season events where, some characters can use special powers and stuff like that you could pick up. So again, in a game like that, it makes sense. But when I look at Call of Duty, I'm like, this is all about, your guns and looting and surviving and being tactical and, being able to put 5 different attachments on your gun for your play style, whether you're going to be sniping or you're going to be tactically moving through a building because you're playing search and destroy. You're building your guns off of your play style and the game modes you're playing. It doesn't matter when you're shooting all these tracer rounds or you're a walking neon sign. So with all this being said, I've been saying this actually for a while now, that Call of Duty should consider making an over-the-top hero shooter type of game one year. Or something similar to Fortnite. Hell, make another game like Vanguard, but make it with a twist. Make it like Wolfenstein, where it's a alternate reality World War II shooter where maybe the Axis powers win the war and things are really crazy, or the war advances to the 1950s and there's more futuristic weapons and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be the fun police and limit the creativity of the developers. I just think some of the stuff they're doing needs to be done in a game that resembles that theme, resembles that idea that they're going for. Because I really don't think Modern Warfare 2 matches half the stuff that they're adding into the store today, or even in the Battle Pass that anybody could technically unlock. I'm all for character customization, I just wish I could have more of a say in it. In older games, you could change the pants, the shirts, boots, and hats of your character, not just in Call of Duty, but there's a couple of older Call of Duties that gave you some kind of options. The loot box era was stupid and annoying, but it did actually give you the opportunity to earn new pants or new shirts or hats or whatever to put on your character. And in Modern Warfare 2, you literally have to buy every operator and there's no customization options to make your operator stand out.
So you get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Battlefield 5 had its issues, but I really liked the way they did customization. They provided some cool options. There was different uniforms, there was options that were realistic, and hey, get this, you can unlock the stuff with currency you earn in the game by completing challenges and events and things like that. And the game also featured some elite skins that were basically hero type of skins or a little over the top. And okay, I can live with some of it, I'm not expecting everything to be super strict and everything has to be historically accurate. You can have a little bit of fun with it, but within reason. Call of Duty does have a history of doing this in the past. In Black Ops 1, you couldn't specifically change different things about your character, but the look of your character would change depending on the weapon you were holding. You'd look one way if you had a sniper, you'd look another way if you had an assault rifle. Call of Duty Ghosts, a game everybody hates, actually had some decent options for changing your uniform, your gender, your character preset, and even your patch for a couple of examples. And then you have some of the games out there that came out during the loot box era, like Advanced Warfare and World War II, that gave you different items to add to the look of your character. There's a lot of older gamers like me that used to play Call of Duty in the old days, and a lot of people like to say that Call of Duty is going downhill, and that it's not successful anymore because of some of the things I just complained about, and, they have other thoughts and opinions too. But that is just simply wrong. Like, you just have to be honest with yourself and look at the numbers. Modern Warfare 2 is the largest selling game in the history of the franchise. It literally racked up $1 billion in sales within the first 10 days of its release. So there will be no extraordinary changes coming to the franchise anytime soon. I know I've been kind of hard on this game, and honestly you'd think that I wouldn't like the game. And actually, I do like the game. And it was Modern Warfare 2019 that actually got me back in the COD. Going back to boots on the ground in a modern setting was just what I wanted. The storyline with Price and Soap and Ghost was awesome back in the day, and I was curious and excited to see what a modern version would look like. And my favorite new addition to the franchise is Gunsmith. I think it's awesome that you're able to fully customize your guns to your playstyle. And again, within reason, not 10 attachments, but 5 attachments that can significantly be changed to help you have the gun of your dreams, the gun you want to play with. And this game is the first COD game to offer as much content as it does. So, I like to give credit where credit is due. But I'm tired of Rainbow Tracer rounds, getting killed by celebrities, and operators with glowing uniforms that stand out. I want to play this game like it was originally promoted to be back when they first started showing it off and when it released last year. I'd rather DMZ feel more like Tarkov, where it's truly intense and slow-paced. Maybe I'm just old and picky, but to me this game has so much more potential gameplay-wise if they would stop being obsessed with selling over-the-top stuff in the store. So tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm curious to see what everybody has to say. Like the video and subscribe for more. Make sure to turn your notifications on too so you know when new videos come out. You can also find me on Twitter and TikTok. Twitter at analyzethis_YT. TikTok at analyzethis54_YT. And I'm also on Spotify under Analyze This Podcast. Thanks again for watching and take care.